Ctrl, Alt, No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Virtual reality. SS April PVD.
And Grand Negus. You wake up on the planet.
I am on that planet. And I just love this game. And I hope you will feel the same. Hello and welcome to Ctrl Alt WoW, the podcast for those of us who love Final Fantasy, virtual reality, No Man's Sky, World of Warcraft, all sorts of video games, and making many alts. Today is Tuesday, December 30th, 2025, and this is episode 850 entitled Last One of the Year. Yes, this is the end of 2025, and with me is Grand Negus. Hi, Grand Negus.
Hi, April. Yeah, it's that time of the year, the end of the year. Yeah. We made it through another one.
Yeah, and I talked about this last week, but this has been 19 years of doing this silly little podcast that I enjoy doing. A few years ago, I got an email. I should look it up because it's got to be on the website. But I got an email from someone that said that they had listened to me in college and they listened to the podcast in college, gotten married, gotten divorced, and still was listening to the podcast. So that was nice. And, you know, you remember when we started, there were all the Uber podcast. There was The Instance. There was podcasts that were focused on doing the best and being the best. And, you know, the reason I started this was for us casual players. Do you consider yourself Uber in Final Fantasy?
No way. I'm just a filthy casual. Yeah, yes. That's all I am.
You know, the biggest problem a lot of people have is time to play. And, yes. You know, when you have somebody I always think about that South Park episode, Make Love, Not Warcraft, where you had that one guy with the pizza boxes who just spent all of his time, you know, becoming the best and taking out everybody else. And then you have people who have jobs and spouses and, you know,
family. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And it's almost like a not fair thing for those of us who have lots of time to compete with someone who has little time. You know, and so the gaming industry has changed over the years because of that. There are more ways that you can get to being Uber, and that's when the money started being an emphasis. Do you remember the change?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many ways when you or how you can make money. Either you play for the money, or you have a company that makes money. Right? So you have the company that makes the podcast and everything that
I mean in
that.
The gaming industry.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. If you have like a podcast or a company that is in the gaming industry that makes a podcast, because that's how I got into it all in the first place. Was I listened to a podcast by a company, by a German company back in the day, and they published. They were like a publishing company, a gaming newspaper, gaming magazine publishing company, and they started a podcast eventually, and I started listening to that, and that was like my first introduction, so to speak. It was my introduction to gaming related podcasts, or to podcasts at all.
just remember
So
that there were people who were actually in World of Warcraft making money on the auction house and then turning that money around to pay for their subscription. And then the other side were people who were buying stuff, buying money, buying, what was it called that you could buy to buy stuff? There were these coins you could buy, and then you could get stuff in the game. So it's just interesting.
the WoW token.
Yes, the WoW tokens. It's interesting
Yeah.
how the whole thing has come full circle and everything. But we're here now doing our not Uber, but very casual gameplay. And a lot has been going on, especially in Final Fantasy XIV. Do you want to tell us what's going on? I know there was a patch and...
Oh yeah, there was a patch like on the 16th, and I'm sorry, unfortunately I had some important things I had to take care of, so I haven't been available for a few weeks. But I'm back now, so yeah. So we had a patch 7.4 drop. We have currently we are in the Starlight Celebration, which is the Christmas event that ends tomorrow. So I'm not going to go into that too much. But in its place is going to be Heaven's Turn, which is the Chinese New Year's event. And that ends a minute after the Christmas event ends. It starts. So the Christmas event ends at 2:59 p.m. GMT. And the Heaven's Turn starts at 3 p.m., so a minute later, tomorrow, December 31st. So again, do your own calculation for your respective local time. And this year, or this coming year, the Chinese New Year will be entering the Year of the Horse. So we will get a horse-related item, which is going to be a unicorn minion. So, well,
Ooh.
horse, a unicorn minion. The event will last to January the 15th. So you have the normal 15-ish days to run your characters through the event and take part in it. There is also going to be a housing item that you can obtain from a vendor, from the special event-related vendor, and that is going to be what is it called in English? Like a it's not a partition, but it's like a separator, like a thing that where you can't see past. It's like some courtesy wall or something like that. You can go and see it on the website, on the special Heaven's Turn website. I put a link in the show notes. for that. So you can just click on the banner, on the Heavens Turn banner, and you will be taken directly to the website. That goes for all three of the banners that I will have in the news section, for the patch notes and for the Crystalline Conflict, which is the 5-man PvP tournament, or the rated version of the PvP in Final Fantasy XIV, and they are going to host, and this is what I'm going to talk about real quick, is in the lead up to the upcoming fan fests that we are going to have in April in America, in July, I think, in EU in Berlin, and it must be November-ish in Japan, probably in Tokyo. They are going to host regional championships, PvP Crystalline Conflict championships. And the first one, because the NA one is the first in the three, is always going to be the first in the fan festival series. That the NA one is the first one that's going to take place, and you can go and see all the information about that on that special website. Again, you can click on the banner in the news section of our show notes. It's going to take place in April in Anaheim, California. So there is that. The tickets are sold out, so you won't be able to get those anymore. The only ones that you can get are the EU and the JP ones. The EU sale should be announced pretty soon, and the JP one should come that much later, because again, it's 4 months between the EU and the JP one. So we'll see when they're going to hold the lottery for the tickets, because that's what they are going to do. They're going to hold the lottery for the tickets, and then the ones that aren't being claimed through the lottery, they are going to be sold on the free market, so to speak, in a normal sale. Yeah, that's the three things with regards to the news. If you want to read the patch notes, or if you want to know about what's going on, I linked a video from Meoni, so you can go and watch that. It's the reading of the preliminary patch notes. Again, the link is in the show notes. Because I'm not going to go through the entirety of what they added in in the patch, that would be like way too much. I would be here for like 2 hours plus, and we don't want that. So you don't want to hear me talk for more than 2 hours. Nobody wants that. Okay, so I'm going to highlight a couple of things that I think that are interesting, and a couple of things that I haven't heard many other people talk about at all.
Mm.
So the first one that I like the most is the control panel. So if you go to the show notes, you can see the picture of the control panel, or two pictures. It's basically 4 tabs of 25 buttons each where you can put anything that you can put on a hotbar, you can put on the control panel. So you can see the first page. I've put almost exclusively, except the 25th in the lower right-hand corner. That's a chat message, but all the other 24 are emotes. So that is something where you can just flip between one of the 4 pages. As you can see, I have on pages 1 and 2, I have emotes, and page 3, you can go to the second picture. You can see that I have all the battle jobs that are available in the game on page 3.
Oh,
And
nice.
the last
Does that mean you
picture,
have those jobs that or those are the ones that you can get?
both.
Okay. Oh.
I have them unlocked,
Oh, wow.
and I have them. Well,
They are
okay. So
available.
they're available. You can make, these are macros that I've created, and you can use a macro, or you can create a macro even though you haven't unlocked a job yet. So it's just a string of
Procedures.
or a data string. So you can create it and just put it there or wherever in your macro window, and just so once you unlock a job, you can just then start using it. Jaffa doesn't have all the jobs unlocked yet, but I'll get to that in time when I talk about her progress. I have a couple of screenshots there where you can see what I've unlocked on her and what I haven't yet.
Oh, yeah.
So far you can see there are 3 slots left, and on the third page, and the next slot that's going to be occupied is going to be the second limited job that we are going to get sometime in 7.5, so in about 4 months, which is going to be the Beastmaster. We don't know we don't know hardly anything about it yet, but that's bound to change once the next data from the producer live is coming around, which is going to be in roughly 2.5 months. And so Yoshi P is probably going to introduce the job, and then in the second letter from the producer live, 2 to 3 weeks before the patch itself drops, he's going to highlight it, even more and do a deep dive, I would imagine, with in-game footage that he is going to do. I'm really looking forward to that. And then we are going to see some more things, again, I hope, with regards to housing. But I'm always talking about housing, even though it's probably not going to happen yet. But I'm again, other people are the Uber players that raid and do whatever, and I'm just the person that wants more and more housing. So that's my Uberness. If you want to put that stamp on me in some way, then it's housing for me. So
Right. I think you're Uber at housing, definitely.
I don't think so, but okay, yeah. Thank you, I guess. Yeah, so and then the 9.0 expansion is maybe going to fill the last two slots of the battle job page, because so far, if I remember correctly, other than Heaven's Ward, where we got 3 new jobs, Stormblood gave us. What did we get? We got the monk. No, we didn't. The monk we got already. We had the samurai and the red mage. That's it. And then we got the dancer and what was the other one? I can't remember. Two. Oh yeah, dancer and gunbreaker, the tank in Shadowbringers. And then we got the sage, the healer, and one more job in Endwalker. And then we got the Pictomancer and the Viper in Dawntrail. So those are the additional jobs that we got. Yeah, so we then have 2 potential slots or jobs that we might get, although I don't see many options that are left. I would obviously love a dot class because I'm still biased when it comes to my Affliction Warlock from WoW. And something like that would be like amazing. People tell me that the Summoner was that before I started playing, obviously. When I started playing, it changed, so I couldn't get to play it. Yeah, right.
Right.
So, but it's yeah, I really look forward to seeing what job wise what we get. Even if we only get one job, I would rather have only one job, but make that job matter rather than have 2 jobs and they are just mediocre, right? So give me something that's really, really good, and then focus your resources on one thing and don't spread it out. That's my my take on that. And then the fourth page of the control panel, in my case, is the crafting and gathering jobs. And this is where you can see that I have, that you can put additional things in the control panel, like these two flasks that you can see are called cordials, and they are basically they are used to replenish your gathering resource, which is called GP, gathering points. So whenever you use an ability that makes your gathering power more potent, like you can, instead of gathering one piece of lumber, you can gather 4 pieces of lumber per attempt. That is going to cost you, say, 500 gathering points, gathering power. And you only have a certain amount depending upon your gear and depending upon your level. So you start out with base 400 at level 1, and then eventually you get to around 1,000 is the highest possible at the moment, roughly. And if you spend all your GP, or you spend so much that you can't use another ability, there is the possibility that you can exit the node UI and drink one of those cordials and then replenish your GP with the amount that cordial provides. And there are different tiers of cordials. So there's the watered down cordial, watered cordial that gives you 150, I think, or 200 if it's 100 if it's high quality. And then you have the normal one that is 350 or 400 or 300 and 350, something like that. And then you have the high cordial, which is 400 standard normal quality and 450 if it's high quality. And then you can then continue to gather what you want to gather after you've consumed the cordial, and then you have to be careful how you use it, because some buffs that you apply using the GP will go away once you leave the node, and there's still points on it. But you'll understand what it's about once you do it a couple of times. You'll see it, you'll figure it out. It's just that so in the same thing with crafting macros, what you can't do in WoW, you can specifically that you can do in this game. You can string together the abilities into a macro and just hit one button, and then the crafting process will is then obviously automated via the macro, which is really nice because again, I love crafting in this game, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. The other thing that people haven't talked much about, and I've only seen one person talk about this at all, is we finally, after 11 years, got a button that's called Repair All Inventories.
Ooh.
So previously, if you see below the fourth page of the control panel, you see the two blue pages of repairs, and the top one is the standard one, and you see it says equipped in the drop-down menu above the list of items. And then you see on the right-hand side, above the cost, you see repair all, which means that once you hit that repair all, that means that all equipped items will be repaired.
Oh, okay.
For the cost that's listed below. But now scroll down to the second window, and you will see that there I've opened the drop-down menu, and you can see the armory, and inventory are still open for choice. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional inventories that you have to go through via the drop-down menu, select each one, and then hit repair all for each one.
Okay, just in case
you
didn't want to do all of them. You could just pick the ones you wanted to.
That is true, yes. But if you want to repair all, you have to go through all 7 inventories.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right? And click on repair all 7 times.
Oh.
Because until now, they hadn't added the repair all inventories button, which is the addition that I'm talking about now.
Oh, okay. So this was the way it was before.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right? So now you can just hit repair all inventories, and it's going to repair all 7 inventories in one go, which is way more comfortable, way better. Right? So that's and it took them 11 years to finally make it happen. So yeah.
Cool.
Probably something to do with they couldn't do it yet because of the spaghetti code in the PS3 strings. That's what is the standard excuse, so to speak. Whether it's true or not, let's not go there. But yeah, it's something. There are so many things that aren't possible because of the architecture, the program structure that they had to work with back in the day when they made the game playable with the PS3. And since the PS3 is long gone now, and they're still dragging the architecture with them. and you can't just go in and untangle those strings. So it's, yeah. Okay, another thing that I haven't heard anyone else talk about when it comes to the crafting part is the quality aspect of a trial synthesis. So when you craft something, you are synthesizing something. It's just the term that they use.
Right.
If you want to see, can I, under the conditions that my gear provide me, the stats that I have, can I, with a newly created macro or whatnot, can I create this item? Once you reach level 10 on a crafting job, you unlock trial synthesis, meaning you can test without wasting materials.
Wow.
Right? So you can just go in and test. Does this setup work? Do I have to change my macro? Do I have to put different gems or materia into my gear to change the stat balance? Stuff like that. And because you usually want high quality items, which have higher stat values, and obviously sell for more on the market board, until now, you couldn't pre-select a starting quality, which means that if you have an item as a resource, if you want to make a jacket, right? And you a cloth jacket. You go and you have your hemp as the very base, and then you make a cloth, a bowl, and then you you make the cloth, and then you from the cloth you make the jacket.
That makes
so
sense. Yeah.
So then you go and see, you have the, let me just quickly go and see. So you have there, you have the very first, sorry, the very first is grass. And then you make yarn, and from the yarn you make the cloth, and from the cloth you make the jacket. So that's the proper way. And then if you want to make high quality items, because again they have they are just higher qualities in the name, and they give you more experience when you craft them. And the finished product will have higher stat value. So if you make make the yarn high quality, and then the cloth high quality, previously you couldn't see if your high quality yarn would work with the stats that you had to make the high quality cloth, because each trial synthesis would start at 0 quality, even though your proper synthesis would start at 50% quality, because you were working with a high quality item, a high quality resource. It's a little complicated, but I hope you can follow. So, and now you can go and you can preset. You can go and say, oh, my yarn is a high quality item. That gives me a starting quality of 50%.
Oh.
So then you can set that 50%, or in the case of what I put in there, 5,100 starting quality, to then make the trial more more like real, right? So you don't have to catch up with a normal quality item, or yeah, it's really difficult to explain. It's just, let's say, it's really nice, and it's really a good thing that they finally made this. And I discovered this by accident almost, when I crafted something the other day, and I thought, I'll better make a trial synthesis first, and then I clicked on the trial synthesis button, and oops, what's this? I've never seen this window before. And then it says, oh yeah, you can, what value do you want to set your starting quality to? So that was, you always had previously, you had to juggle with the numbers that weren't there. You had to guess, basically, or imagine the additional value that wasn't there. And that was really frustrating sometimes. So you can see in the next picture, you can see I've set in this case, I'm trying to make a Titan gold blade, and you can see the quality is set to 15%, and 50% of the total quality, 5,100 out of 10,200. So there are diminishing returns that you have to overcome in the quality buildup, where the first bunch of quality is not worth as much in the percentile. So it's not to make it too easy.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
There has to be some benefit for all your hard work.
Oh yeah, right. So yeah, I think that's like one of the best added features for crafting in a long time. And I wonder if we are going to see, just to drop that thought, I wonder if we're going to see a new crafting job anytime soon. I don't know what it would be, but something like an engineer or something would maybe not be a bad idea. The question is, what would it be used for? because it's got to have a proper law justification, so to speak. I mean, back in the day when I played WoW, sure, goblins and gnomes, they were working with engineers, and engineering is still the best profession. We all know that, but there is a proper law base for it, for engineering. But Final Fantasy doesn't have that. So it's Magitech. That's basically the term for engineer-based machinery. Let's put it that way. And if we could get a Magitech creation job, that wouldn't be that wouldn't be bad. I would like that. Yeah. So that's basically that for the crafting news, and then they added the new tier, the final tier in this case, of the script gear, both crafting and gathering. Scripts are basically is a currency that you get from making collectibles. Collectibles are special items that you can turn in various ways and then collect the currency and then buy stuff for like fishing lures and gear and gems or materia and mastery books for the higher quality items that you can craft in every tier, stuff like that. Scripts, they are essential to the game. And each of the last couple of maybe 3 or 4, 3 at least, expansions has had 3 tiers of script gear released. And now with 7.4, the third script gear tier of Dawn Trail, which means it's the last one, has been released. It's item level 750. And it's always, the script gear is always 1 tier behind. So always 30 item level points behind any crafted gear that you have at any given time.
So it makes
So
the crafting
it's
gear
not-
more valuable.
Exactly. Plus, there is something in the game when you have gem socket, or you have gem sockets in your gear. And again, they're called materia, the gems, and putting the application of those materia pieces into the gear is called melding. And that usually you have between 1 and 2 sockets per gear piece. Very rarely, very special items have up to 5. But those are like really difficult to craft, and so. But there is something that's called penta melding, which means that normal crafted gear can be over melded, meaning you can add additional material to a piece of gear, even though it only has two slots. You can add up to 5 materia to it. So you have 3, what you call it, invisible slots that you can fill, right?
Oh.
But the chance that a meld is going to take, is going to stick, is going to be significantly lower with the third, fourth, and fifth slot. Because otherwise it would be like too easy, right? But with another disadvantage, so to speak, with the script gear is that you can't pentameld script gear. So it's always maximum of 2 for those. But it's still very good gear. It's still gear that you can really use. It's just not top end. It's not the highest level of the high level. But if you are like higher middle class, so to speak, then it's easily enough to make that gear if you want to do that, or if you have other, like have it as stepping stones into the next higher gear tier. Yeah, so that's the fine thing about crafting and melding. The other thing, the other end game thing that we all know is glamming. So glamour or WoW, people would call it transmog. We had a significant change in the rules for glamour happening in 7.4, where basically almost all the restrictions have fallen away. The only restrictions that are left are you can't glam the starting gear of your race onto another race, or you can't get the starting gear glammed onto your own character because they are just too unique. They're just the identity is just too unique. And then there is something. The second one is basically as unique, but not quite, because there are a few loopholes, so to speak. And that is the weapons restrictions. So you have your unique weapons because your weapons define your jobs. So a warrior has a two-handed axe. A paladin has a shield and a sword. A ninja or rogue has two daggers, right? Those and the corresponding animations that go with them. So they are quite distinct and unique and character defining, job defining. But there are two exceptions for that. One is, and I mentioned this before, there is one class, base class, that branches out into two jobs. And that is the Arcanist, that branches out into the healer job of Scholar and the DPS job of Summoner. And they both come with books because the Arcanist has a book, which again means that you can now glam a Summoner book to a Scholar and vice versa. You can glam a Arcanist Scholar book to a Arcanist without the Jobstone, and you can glam a Arcanist Summoner book to a Arcanist without the Jobstone. So all three possible jobs and classes that have the book can have the book glammed to them. The same thing goes with shields for the paladin. There are you have a black mage has the option, or comes from the thaumaturge, and the thaumaturge has the option to have a shield and a what is it called, a wand equipped. Which means that you can have a shield from a paladin and a wand if you want to. The same thing the other way around. A paladin can have a shield from a black mage glammed onto them, because they're both shields, and it's the same item, so to speak, base item. So those two exceptions are available now. But yeah, the entire glam universe has been upended. It's so nice to see that you can put things together now that you couldn't before, and where you knew that, oh, I want this robe, or I want this top, I want this hat, right? But I can't have it because I'm the wrong job. Now it doesn't matter anymore. If you want as a dancer, if you want the hat of a black mage because it looks good, because it's a caster glam, no problem. You can have it as long as you can obtain the item. You can have it. So if people will give you the item, or will let you have the item, then it's fair game. It's good. You can get it, and you can use it, and you even use it if you just unlocked your Marauder, which is the base class for a warrior, and you have a level 100 warrior Marauder item, you can glam that to your level 1 job, because the level restriction is gone too. So it's just, there's almost nothing restriction-wise left. It's very, very nice. The only thing they just need to figure out is the entire UI for glams, and the storage, how they're going to change and streamline that, because that's still a mess. They have changed it in a way so that you can have more outfits now.
Ooh.
So if you previously, before the outfits existed, each single item took one slot in your glamour dresser. Then they introduced the outfits, which meant that you could add an entire set, a complete set, to your glamour dresser as an outfit, which, although it cost X amount of glamour prisms to store, X being the same number as how many items you were storing, it would only occupy one slot in the glamour dresser. So out of a 5-piece set outfit, you would only occupy one slot in the glamour dresser. So if you had like 10 outfits, that would save you 40 slots, right? If they all were 5-piece items or sets. Now they've added more outfits that you could add as outfits, more tires, and they've added the nice thing that you can even add partial sets as outfits. Which means if you have two pieces of an outfit or two pieces of an attire that usually has 5 pieces, you can add those two that you have as an outfit occupying only one slot instead of 2. And then when you get a 3rd, 4th, and or 5th, you can add them gradually to the existing outfit in your glamour dresser without it requiring, without it occupying additional slots, because the slot that the outfit that's already partially there already occupies the one slot that it's eventually going to take. So that is a really, really great addition. And I've saved so far on Macolon. I started with 2 slots, with the head slot and with the chest slot so far. And I've gone through all the things that I've had there, and I've saved 121 slots. I've freed up now, and I just have to get the others out, and the other for the gloves and the legs and the boots, and add them too. And then it's going to be even more freed up slots. So I'm really, really happy that they made that. It's really, really amazing. Okay. that's basically everything I have for the patch. Again, if you want to look at the show notes or watch Meoni's video, I have both links in the show notes for you to go to the patch notes and see either or both. I would like to talk about a couple of things now that I found topics-wise in the Discord when I talked with
Rigamorte and
Rigamorte. With Rigamorte, yeah,
Yep.
in the Discord.
Oh, great.
And the first,
He's loving it, by the way.
yeah. Yeah, what's there not to love?
Right.
So one thing we talked about today or yesterday was chocobo training. And your initial zone, starting zone MSQ, you eventually end up at the point where you have to choose your grand company. That's around 18, 16, something like that. And then when you choose the maelstrom, the grand company, you get the quest to go to go and retrieve your chocobo. And there are two ways how you can get the initial amount of seals that you need, the currency, the grand company currency. One is if you are level 30 or higher, you can accept the quest to go to the Wolf's Den and unlock the PvP there. If you are below level 30, sorry, you can go back to one of the main characters of the MSQ, and you will get some, though not as many, but enough seals there. And then you can go and go back to the vendor at your chosen grand company maelstrom and get the item that you need and then go and get your chocobo. That's the first step. The second step is once you reach level 20, I think. I don't even know what level it is. You get to another quest to ride your chocobo as a mount. I think it's level 20. It means you can ride any other mount as well. So you unlock riding. And then at level 30, you can get your chocobo can be made into a kind of a hunter pet. And there, you to do that, you need to go to, you need to be level 30, first of all. And then you need to go to the South Shroud and then you need to go to Camp Tranquil. And there you'll accept the quest. My something chocobo. And from there, it'll take you to where you need to go, and then you need to fight with your chocobo once to unlock it, and then you go back to the quest giver, and then it is unlocked as a battle pet. Then you go to the vendor that's right next to the
my feisty little chocobo.
Feisty little chocobo. Yeah, okay. Hey.
That's so cute.
You go and get some Gishel greens, which are the item that you need to summon the chocobo.
Right.
For 30 minutes. You can use 2 of them in succession to make the time that it's out 60 seconds right off the bat.
60 minutes, yeah.
60 minutes. 30 minutes per.
Right.
Two of them.
So they stack too.
Yeah. 2 of them stack to 60 minutes max. Exactly. And then you have basically you have your chocobo with you. It fights with you, it can heal you, it can tank for you, it can fight with you. It depends on though how you skill it. And that's the other thing. You can skill it in its own skill tree. I usually start with healing because healing is the most important thing if you fight out in the open world, which is the only place where you can use it. So you can't use a chocobo in an instanced environment. Healing is always good, and if you set it, if you set the chocobo, you can set it to different stances, and if you send it to free stance, it will do whatever it thinks is right, but it will keep an eye on you, so to speak. So it will throw heals on you or throw a hot on you if you skilled it accordingly. And that is basically levels 1 through 10 are free to level. The max rank for a chocobo to level 2 is 20. 11 ranks 11 through 20 cost Thavnarian onions to unlock, 1 per level. Those you have to buy or garden to get. If you have a garden with a plot that is a deluxe plot, you can garden to get it yourself. If you don't have a deluxe plot, or you only have an apartment, you can still get seeds, onion seeds, and then garden or plant the onion seeds to then eventually get the onions But usually the onions themselves are cheaper on the market board than the onion seeds. Um, so yeah. What I wanted to say about that is that chocobo training is a thing that you should do. Even if it's at level 10 and you stop there, it's a very, I don't want to say overlooked, but it's it's people neglect their chocobos way too much. And especially if you go into battle, open world battle in groups, like when you do the big hunts or you do the big fates, a good and well skilled healing chocobo can save your hide, so to speak. I've had that happen quite a bit before. So also you can you can train your chocobo. Not only skill it, but you can train it with different foods. What it results in is it will give you it will give your chocobo, and I'm going to put the screenshot into the show notes.
Oh, cool.
For me, it's going to result in you getting an additional message or an additional information in your actions, in your companion actions information, and that is, let me see, doing both here. When you look at the show notes, you can see the companion tab actions, and all the way at the bottom it says favorite feed, and in my case it says courier route.
Oh, and you have 379, so you can. That means you have that much in your inventory.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I have plenty of that because what the courier route is good for is it gives my chocobo a 15% bonus to experience gained when it's out. And there are others, other foods that you can train it to have as favorite foods. How you train your chocobo to have a food as a favorite food is very easy. You need to have a staple. So a staple is either when you have a free company or a house, a personal house, then you can have a stable in your yard, so to speak. And then you go and click on the placard of the stable there, and then you, I don't know what it's called, but you basically you leave the chocobo there, and then you select the food that you want it to have as favorite food with the respective stats that it gives. So as I said, courier route gives 15%. It's always 15%. When it's your favorite, when it's the favorite food. You can always have it. I think you can have it as normal food too, but that's only 10%. If my information is correct, I never tried it. I have to say, with other than favorite food. So 15% favorite food. You go and you put your chocobo in the stable. You interact with the placard, and then you tell it tell the UI to train, and then you pick the name of your chocobo, and then you basically feed it the selected feed, and you do that 10 times. 10 times in succession, 10 times without feeding it anything else, with a 1 hour wait time. In real life, a 1 hour wait time. So it takes 10 hours, 1 day, so to speak. And once the 10th application has occurred, that message will show in the UI favorite feed, and then it will show the feed that you trained it to be the favorite feed. There are favorite feeds that give experience, like the courier route, more damage, more enmity, meaning more tanking, more healing, more. I think there are like 4 or 5 different ones, and you can go and check which ones you want. In my opinion, I always go with the courier route first until I've leveled it to max, or to the desired maximum, and then I switch to, I can't remember what it's called, the one that gives it extra damage. So it becomes stronger. And then yeah, that's basically a maxed out level rank 20 chocobo. Oh yeah, one more thing. You have the 3 skill tiers that you can train it in. So you have your defender, your healer, and your attacker. If you choose to go one route and then you find, oh, this isn't working for me, and then you start on another route, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. At level 20, all 30 skills will be skilled. It will have maximum skill of 10 points in each of the 3 tabs. So there is no wrong way to skill it. It's just the route that might not be preferable in one way or the other. But at the end result is always the same. It's always level defender level 10, healer level 10, and attacker level 10, and the overall rank will be 20. So there is no need to respec a chocobo, other than if you absolutely have to or want to do it for some, I'm just going to say it, insane reason. The reason being, I'm saying this, is that the only way you can do it is by spending 48,000 Grand Company seals on the item that you need to respec it or to reset the skill points. And 48,000 is more than half of the maximum available cap that you can have. At the maximum Grand Company rank, which is Captain, you can hold 90,000 seals at any given time. And 48,000 is more than half of that. And that's just a way too high a price to spend on an action that you eventually won't matter at all. So, or maybe not at all, but in the end, it won't matter. So, yeah, think long and hard and longer and harder about really if you're doing that. So, yeah, that is the companion, the chocobo. Okay, the last bit is going to be about Jaffa. My
Your cute little
Lalafell.
Lalafell, yes.
Yeah. So she is in full force with doing her cleanup in the inventory and on the retainers. It's absolutely insane what has been collected in the past. I'm such a hoarder. It's so bad. I'm so I can't throw anything away. And now that I've gotten to the point where I'm seriously starting.
You may need it one day.
Exactly, like in 10 years or what, but I can't throw it away now. Exactly. So, in light of the fact that I have to make room for the materials that I use now in the Dawn Trail expansion crafting tier, I just have to make room, and it's just it's so painful. It's so painful. So I mentioned the item level 750 script gear earlier. She has started getting that now. The 3 or 4 accessories, which are the right-hand side of the character screen. You have the rings and the bracelet and the neck and the earrings. Those 5 items, because you have 2 rings, so those are 5 pieces, the accessories. She only needs 2 more scripts, I think, 2 more roughly, to get the earrings too. But I'm confident that I'll be getting to that at the latest tomorrow, because all I need to do is finish the custom deliveries, and those give me, I think, 1,300 scripts. So that's easily enough. And then I'm going to get a couple of the other pieces as well, of the gear pieces, and then the tools at the very end, because the tools, or no, the other way around, the accessories and the gear is shared between all the jobs. So it's a one for all. But the tools are job individuals. So I want to get the gear and the accessories first, and then work my way through the tools that I need when I finish leveling them to max, because I can't use them anyway until I do. So yeah. Um, and another reason is because of the CP and the crafting power, which is one of the resources that you need for the crafting. And the more you have of that, the more actions you can perform, and thereby finish your craft. The other resource is the durability, but that is a preset number for every craft. So if you have an item that is being listed in your crafting log, it will tell you from the get-go. It will tell you the difficulty and the durability that you have, so you can see that. I have to work with X amount of durability for this craft to get the difficulty off, and then right. So and then, but those are fixed numbers. But your crafting power is fluid, so to speak. It's dependent on your gear and your material that you meld into it, because you can meld. There is CP material that you can meld into it too, to get more of that if you desire to do that. So the new PvP season has started, or series has started, with the launch of 7.4, and so far I've reached, I think, rank 9 or 10. 10, I think. And the first significant milestone is the first reward is for reaching rank 5. And that is the emote that you can see her displaying for us in the show notes. And that is like a carry book. And she's like carrying this little book.
Oh, yeah. For arms crossed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I so love the emotes on this game. They're like so nice. It's my book, my so cool. Yeah. So yeah, and we got really great emotes for the Starlight celebration. We got 6 emotes. We got 3 sip emotes with different mugs, and 3 gulp emotes with the same 3 mugs. So sip is the normal, I take 2 sips and then stop the emote. And the gulp is a repetition. It repeats, it loops, right? It's a persistent emote. But you just, so it's really good that they finally have gotten around to give us 2 versions of some emotes. One normal one and one persistent. Yeah, and you can see beneath that you can see her progress with regards to the jobs at the moment. You can see all the jobs that are orange in number they're all max level of what they
like
can be.
the dancer. I just have this image of her on a stripper pole. I'm sorry. That's so awful. I apologize.
It's okay. No, but you can see the first 4 jobs that are orange are 100, and then you can see the blue mage is level 80, but still orange.
Oh,
That's
right,
because,
yeah.
and that's because it's one of those, I mentioned it before when I talked about the Beastmaster. The blue mage is the first of the limited jobs, meaning you can't do everything. You can't do don't do proper content is maybe wrong, but you cannot do it under normal conditions. Let's put it that way. You can't, right? You can't go into a normal group and raid with them. You can't do a proper dungeon finder with a limited job.
But you could
And
go with like
they
friends or go in a group.
yeah, you can go in the group. That's not the issue. But again,
Can't do the
different
finder.
yeah, different conditions. And then you have to with Blue Mage is a very cool job because you have to the way you get your spells is not that you learn them by leveling up or by doing quests. You get them by fighting enemies. So if you go to a wasp, for example, and the wasp has a ability called Final Sting. Once you observe the wasp doing the Final Sting ability, and you survive the fight, then you have a chance to learn that ability. So you basically have to observe the enemy doing certain spells, casting spells, for you then to be able to learn them. It's very it's very unique and very fun because there are so many conditions under which you can and cannot do it. So if it's a ability like Final Sting is a very powerful ability, and if you're not at full health and you are fighting the mob yourself, you're going to be killed, and you have to survive the fight to learn the ability. So what do you do? Right? There, again, Blue Mage is a very very fun job. With the crafters and gatherers, she is way further along. She has all the gatherers done, the miner, the botanist, and the fisher, and the carpenter, blacksmith, goldsmith, and Colonarian are max level, and the others are all at level 90. I was about to say or higher, but there aren't anyone that are higher than 90 at the moment. So that is the next goal, is getting more crafting jobs higher and to max level eventually. And that's basically been it for me.
Oh, wow. So you've had a week that was, several weeks, and I am really loving hearing these updates. I love the fact that Final Fantasy does so much to update. All right, and we have an email. Would you like to read the email?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
It's from Rigor Morte.
Oh, from Rigor Morte. Very nice. Greetings, April PVD and Grand Negus. I hope all is well with you both, and an early Happy New Year to you.
And
oops. Sorry, it just went away from me. Attached is my audio for this week. I've just been playing Final Fantasy XIV, which is taking over my life.
One of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm really enjoying it. I will find time for No Man's Sky and Guild Wars 2 eventually. Just been sucked into the story, and then I picked a secondary class / job for my character, and yay, my first time played in game shows just how much I've been playing it. See below. Cheers, Rigor Morte.
5 days, 21 hours, and 22 minutes. Wow.
Damn, yeah. That's...
And your character looks great. All right, let's listen to Rigor Morte. Rigor Morte.
Greetings, Call Crew. Rigor Morte here for a quick audio update. It's recording in a different place, so there might be a different sound or background or quality might be slightly different, but I'm just doing it direct record, so I have a chance to do this before your show comes out. All been well at this end, just relaxing, getting plenty of gaming done. Fortunately, mostly Final Fantasy XIV. I kind of feel guilty having not been in other games, really, but I kind of get sucked into it, and I started. I'm now level 56 on my bard, and he's great. I'm trying to do all the you can do like roulette duties or dungeons to then get the tombstones for gear, and I've got. I think I have just like three pieces left to fill out for that full set of gear. So that's going really well. Some are really quick, some are short, some of the same places you've been before. And then there are sometimes you get these long, well, every now and then through parts of the stories you get these longer these MSQ, main story quest duties that need to be done. And then it might require like 4 DPS and 2 healers and 1 tank or something like that, and make like a bigger than the standard 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS job. And so I don't got time for that, or I haven't got time to queue in for those. I've been doing I picked up with the same character. I picked up the Arcanist job, which is kind of like your mage, I guess. They summon their stuff, so I'm aiming for get similar, and Scholar I think is the other class you get to. You have a base class that takes you to level 30, which it did, and then you can go down the Summoner route, which is DPS, or the Scholar route, which is Healer. And so I did 3 dungeons today. I got my Summoner up to level 35. You get boosted XP, but it's all been kind of going quick. I've just been running through and getting extra stuff I need to do, like little side quests and things for rep and stuff. It's been really good, kind of getting hooked into that. I ran 3 dungeons today, so that was good. I'm getting the hang of it. I do want to progress through on my bard, but what's thankful is I have somebody in the free company who does. They're all really helpful in there. They're all like, "Oh, if you need a tank, we'll jump in, or if you need a healer, we'll jump in." And this guy just sort of says, "Right, I'll whiz you through it," and you sort of jump into it, and then practically one shots the boss, and then you get to see the cinematics and stuff. But I think this one today let me play out a little bit more, so I could do some of the dances with it, because it's a lot of AoEs and things. And this is all kind of ice related, and you can get frozen and all sorts of stuff. But it was over very quickly, and it kind of means I can just then jump back into the story once I've defeated that character. But I don't know, it's helpful when I've needed it, and I like that I can kind of just whiz through and then back into the story. Though I kind of feel I've cheated, but sort of, because I've just been like bam through the dungeon. But I have learned a lot of stuff, so I've decided I'll just do the next one myself. I just didn't have the set time today, and I was like, oh, if you're around, you can help us through this one. I read all the strats and stuff about it and what I'm meant to do. So yeah, next time I'll do a roulette one, or a duty finder one, and then see how I go properly. I do really well. Sometimes I really, really, really well in these roulette dungeons, because it's like ground staff and all these arrows pointing outwards. So you got to go then into where the boss is, and it's like everybody does this dance of jumping in, jumping out, swirling around. If you get something marked with stuff, we're all kind of keeping our distance so the damage doesn't attack each other. I'm loving the dance of doing a duty. My confidence is getting better at doing those. So that's as long as I'm not an idiot and I forget what some stuff is. So yeah, it's all going well. I'm gonna wish you an early Happy New Year, because it will be New Year's tomorrow. New Year's Eve is tomorrow. I'm gonna do some tidying and clearing up around the dungeon to have some guests around for a bit. So I think that's about it. I was going to jump in. I might get a chance to jump in No Man's Sky here, this side of going back to work. I probably should do. And I've barely been in Guild Wars 2. I love Guild Wars 2. I just don't know why I'm not. Just been sucked into Fantasy 14. I just taken over my life. I must have played many, many hours of it, and it's one of those things I can just kind of do, and then put stuff on the background telly on, and I can just play. And I can do the same with No Man's Sky, to be fair. You can kind of just get in and do stuff in there, and I will. Yes, I want some cool ships. I haven't had a chance to listen to the last episode. I'm sorry. I will do by the time you've recorded this. It's hard when I'm at home, and then it's different things, like it doesn't fit into the schedule. So I should be able to catch up on the latest episode. The sleep is kind of a cool craft. I should try and figure out how to repair him, you might have said in the last episode. And I'd like some cool ships. I need to get in and just do stuff, and for some reason I've stalled. I'm not sure why. I did a reset and everything, so I don't get it. I'll figure it out. Anyway, all good. Wishing you all well. Wishing you all a Happy New Year when it comes, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers.
Sounds like he's got the Final Fantasy 14 bug. How's he doing?
Well, yeah, he's. Well, I'm assuming, but I'm not going to to say anything, but I think I know where he is with regards to the trial that he just did with the frozen ability. And yeah, so you basically get you have three different sizes of groups. As he said, you have the normal dungeon, which is one tank, one DPS, and one tank, one healer, and two DPS. Then you have the that's the light party. Then you have a full party, which is double that. So you have two tanks, two healers, and four DPS. And then you have, and that can be either a trial, which is the one with the frozen mechanic that he did. It's just one fight, one enemy. Or you have a raid, which is basically, it can also be one fight in a bundle of four, in a tier of four fights, but in which you can queue in individually. Initially, you need to go through them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12 in brackets. But then once you've unlocked them, you can queue into whichever one of the 12, the set of 12 you want to. Not in like in WoW, where you have to go through the first 4 to get to the 5th boss, right? You can just go to the 5th boss here in Final Fantasy XIV, just fight that one if you so desire.
Cool.
And then that's a normal raid, it's called. And then you have the Alliance raid, which is 3 groups of 8 people in one setting. So 24 people in one setting. It's like a humongous. That's basically what you would call a raid in WoW. A big raid, like 20, 30, 40 people like we had before. But in Final Fantasy, you have 3 distinct groups, separated groups of 8 people. But you only have 3 tanks. So you have 3 groups of 1 tank and 2 healers and 5 DPS. So it's a little different makeup with those alliance raids, because you only need three tanks. Going around there with 6 tanks is a bit much, so they replace a second tank per group with the 5th DPS. So that's and one more thing I wanted to mention is that you eventually have to do the ARR Alliance raid, Rigamorty, because that is the only required Alliance raid that you have to do. It's called Crystal Tower, and you'll see it eventually. When you're in Mordona, you see the big thing on the horizon, so to speak. I'm not going to say anymore, but you'll figure it out eventually. So it's no use saying that you have to, you don't have time to do it. You eventually won't get any further in your MSQ until you've done that. So talk to your FC and let them tell you if you're far enough along in your MSQ for you to do it already and then get it out of the way as soon as you can when it's most convenient for you, rather than having to do it when it's less convenient, because people just can't help you, because the main hurdle in that place is the first rate, because you need 12 people in 3 groups specifically to do that, because there's one mechanic in that raid that needs 3 groups of 4 people specifically, at least 4 people, and you can't. There is no way to brute force it. It just doesn't work. They haven't changed that yet, so you have to have 12 people at least to do that. So, yeah. Okay, thank you for your email, Rigamorty.
And if you want to write us you can write us at Ctrl-Alt-WoW, CTRL-ALT-WOW@gmail.com. And this is the Final Fantasy XIV version of Ctrl-Alt-WoW. If you want to hear more about No Man's Sky, you can check out our next episode, which will be episode 851. Thank you for listening. Find the show notes at controlaltwow.com, which forwards to controlaltwow.blogspot.com. This has been April PVD.
And this has been Grant Negus. Rule of acquisition number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.